Ever wondered which fears make our hearts race, our palms sweat, and our minds spin into overdrive? Today, we delve into the fascinating world of phobias, counting down the top 6 most common fears around the globe. Starting off at number 6, we have trypophobia, the fear of irregular patterns or clusters of small holes or bumps. This unique phobia can trigger discomfort, distress, or even revulsion in those affected. It's not just honeycombs or lotus seed pods that can set off a reaction. Even innocuous objects like sponges or the bubbles in a cup of coffee can be a trigger. Moving on to number 5, we find ourselves in the depths of the ocean with Selachophobia, the fear of sharks. Those with Selachophobia experience an irrational fear of sharks, even when they're not in an environment where they would encounter one. This fear often prevents people from swimming in the ocean or even visiting aquariums. Number 4 brings us a fear that many of us can relate to: acrophobia, or the fear of heights. This fear can cause a person to avoid high places such as bridges, tall buildings, or even ladders. It can induce a sense of vertigo, causing dizziness and a fear of falling. Entering the top 3, we have opiophobia, the fear of snakes. This fear is often attributed to evolutionary causes, as snakes were a common threat to early humans. Whether it's a harmless garden snake or a deadly cobra, the sight of these slithering creatures can send chills down the spine of those with opiophobia. In second place, we find arachnophobia, the fear of spiders. This phobia is so common that it's often portrayed in popular culture and media. Even though most spiders are harmless, their unpredictable movements and the fear of their bite can cause extreme anxiety in those affected. Finally, we've reached the number 1 most common phobia: glossophobia, the fear of public speaking. This fear can cause people to avoid situations where they might have to speak in front of a group, leading to missed opportunities and decreased self-confidence. To summarize, we've explored the top 6 phobias, from trypophobia, the fear of irregular patterns or clusters of small holes, to selachophobia, the fear of sharks. We've ascended the heights of acrophobia and slithered through ophidiophobia. We've navigated the web of arachnophobia and stood in the spotlight of glossophobia. These fears, while irrational to some, are very real to those who experience them. Understanding these fears can help us empathize with those who live with them, and may even help us confront our own fears. Remember, no fear is too small or too insignificant. If it scares you, it matters. And with understanding, patience, and time, every fear can be faced.